Awesome possum. What's up, everybody? BallietBran here. We got the weekly stream as usual. Today is a beautiful day. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon or evening wherever you're tuning in from. So once again, I always try and do a recap at least of things that I've seen over the week. I know today, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we had Richard with the Richard Hart Loves Puppies. And so that was kind of unique to see. He had kind of explained some of his reasoning behind that. Why he had chosen that title and things like that. But I had like a 4-minute clip that maybe we'll play towards the end of the stream. With that, we got some other updates with once again some of the things that are going on with the PulseChain testnet itself, and what is the hangup, right? What is what is needed to be done before we can actually go to mainnet and things like that. So without further ado, let me do the intro, 1 minute and 39 seconds, and then we'll say what's up to everyone. If anyone has any questions, please, please ask them. I'll do my best to answer them. We might actually even go over some more of those proposals, right, for the PulseX, because I think that that's very unique. And I didn't realize until yesterday on Craig Wadding's stream, so shout out to him, he's a new Hexagon, that the PRT and the INC and stuff like this, that some of the proposals might actually change that from what it seems like. So anyways, without further ado, let's do the intro and let's have a good stream.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, yeah. Say hey. Hey, yeah. Say hey, hey. Say hey, say hey, yeah. Say hey, hey. Fake that hex, 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 fake that hex. Every time I look up, price went up. I go to the store, come back, price went up. Every time I look up, price went up. No matter what I do, price is still going up. Hell yeah. Ching, ching, motherfucker. Ching, ching. I am the book. Ching, ching, motherfucker. I just keep hitting jackpot after motherfucking jackpot. We still jackpot, bitch.
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran. It's fabulous.
Cool. So let me actually share the screen for just a second. I want to, with any new Hexagon or PulseHexagon, right? If it's one of those or all of those, I want to promote them and give them as much attention and shout out as possible. So let me just share the screen for the stream that I was on yesterday for like maybe an hour. Give me just 1 second here. It is right here. Okay, cool. Whoops, and then let's cancel. So yeah, this was the stream that I was on yesterday. It's Craig Wadding, and he's got a really cool concept that I want to talk about in just a second. But you can see there's 131 likes, 818 views, and he's got 315 subscribers. So let's try and get Craig some more subs. And once again, I think it's important to support the Hexagons, right? And support people that are putting themselves out there, that are trying to be new streamers and that are being new streamers. So Craig and I were talking on the phone the other day, and one of the things that he was saying, and I think he's already mentioned this, so I can say it, but one of the things that he was mentioning for his channel is that he wants an easier place for people that are contemplating streaming, that might want to stream, but they might be nervous, right? We always say like, hey, if you want to be a Hex streamer, if you got things to say, then just turn on the camera. And sometimes it is easier said than done. And so what Craig was saying is that he wants to create an environment where people can jump on his stream, almost like the Discord Syndicate, right? Except I think he's doing his streams on Saturday at like 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I just wanted to shout him out. It's like when we go back to the share screen right here, it's it's 5 hours and 21 minutes. So Craig's definitely putting in a lot of work. And same thing with his co-host. It's now. So just wanted to shout that out and support the fellow Hexican. Okay, let's come up to the comments real quick and just say hi to everyone. We've got Magnus. How's it going, Magnus? We got Godfather J6. I love that name. That's a good movie, right? Lil Jetski. Matty Crypto. What's up, bro? Hey, Bran. Yeah, Matty Crypto. Same thing. Another Hexican, great guy. And it was super cool to meet him in Las Vegas. Oh, that is another thing that we will be talking about. So whether you're going to PulseCon or whether you're not going to PulseCon, I think today in about 9 hours, the actual tickets themselves, I believe they go up in price or their early bird special goes away. So for those that are interested, I will cover that, briefly. But let's get into the rest of it. Yeah, another Hexican, right? The thing that I love, Motley's talked about this before about almost like passing the torch, right? So a lot of the people early on, had streamed a whole bunch, but now you see a lot of these new streamers such as Jim Rat Crypto, GRC. He says this is going to be great. And I do plan to join you maybe this week, man, on one of your streams. He does an early morning stream, him and Sam. And same thing, another guy that's tenacious. He's got a hard work ethic and is constantly trying to learn. He made almost every mistake in the book when it comes to security. And a lot of people were giving him crap for that in the beginning, right? But I commend him because instead of falling victim to what people were crap talking him about or thinking that the security is too complicated to learn, he persisted and prevailed. And so shout out to him. He's definitely same thing, force for good and trying to help out as many people as possible. So go check him out. Same thing. We got a whole bunch that's actually been going on. So Richard once again got his channel restored again this week. I had found out last week that his channel was banned again. That's why he had changed the title to Richard Hart Loves Puppies, because he didn't want the analytics or something in the title to trigger his account getting banned. But so Crypto Stylist, I still need to make a clip from her stream with K4K or her stream with Crypto Coffee. Maybe I'll combine them. But she's giving away 100,000 hex. Okay. And so you have to understand that this is before the actual snapshot of the hard fork, right? The snap fork, some people are calling it. And so she's giving away 100,000 hex. And let me, here, 1 second. Let's go back to the share screen real quick. And let's just go to nomics.com. Let's see how much 100,000 hex is. So let's just scroll down. Hex is, rank 13 currently on Nomics. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's make sure y'all can see. Let me get the comment out of the way here. So as you can see, so in today's current value, she's giving away $13,473.55. Now, what that doesn't include is the copy, right? That whoever receives that giveaway will be getting on PulseChain. And so how cool is that? Definitely go to, so it's on K4. Let me actually just pull it up instead of just talking about it. 1 second here. Let's do K4K and I'll just say giveaway, something like that. It should just pull up her stream. Yep. Okay, so let me, before we kind of get into Richard's Twitter or his stream today and things like that, let me just share the screen right quick for 1 brief minute. Okay, so this is the stream that Crypto Stylist had done with K4K, Crypto Coffee, and then obviously herself. And then so it's 100,000 hex giveaway. It's a TikTok that you're creating. And, there's a whole bunch of, you show your face or you say like why Hex or Pulse or PulseChain or Hex, Pulse or PulseX is, great, change your life, etc. And anyways, so the winner itself will be chosen on 4/20. So, good day to doing a little announcement. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people stoked to see that. So if you haven't heard about that yet, 100,000 hex is a lot, especially when you consider that's not including staking. You could hold it liquid and sell all of it. You could stake it and earn 20% more shares for every year that you staked up until 10 years, 3,641 days. Let me say hi to the rest of the chat here. We got Hexdeck16 says, howdy from Montana. Nice to see you, Hexdeck. Great friend. Crypto King, thank you, Richard Hart. Boom, what's up, Hexicans? Bullish 0x. Dalton Donica says, could you imagine not knowing what the next global reserve asset will be and then does one of these things. I totally agree. I love Richard, right? He's so not only just ambitious, but like there's very few people in the world that are actually capable of greatness. And I think it's up to those people that have that capability and that have the means to do so, to actually do so, right? Because you can't just expect other people to do the work for you. So anyways, yeah, Richard has said, they asked Richard, they said, after the first 10,000x for 623 days, they said, like, Richard, when will you ever be content? And he's like, or like Richard, what is your final goal? And it's, yeah, global world domination. Hex is going to be, the end goal is to be the global reserve currency. When you look at store of value versus currency and things like that, not only does Hex do a lot of that, not just store of value, but currency and other things. But you look at, say, store value for gold or for these other assets, bonds, right? Treasury bills. And Hex has got a long ways to go. And then also, who was it? Funding Jim. And then also another guy named Brandon, which is his channel is like A Million or the Moon. Funding Jim was talking about the Hex Investment Trust, right? And so you need private, before it can actually go public, like a grayscale trust is currently, where public investors can do so without actually holding the keys, et cetera. They can just invest in the traditional market. Before that goes public, it needs to be private. I think you need like 6 months of financial statements, he had mentioned. But the long story short of why I'm mentioning that in the first place is Funding Jim had mentioned that those trusts can, they can hold and they can acquire trillions, or he said either billions or trillions. I think it was trillions of dollar of value. So, it's just so early in the grand plan. What's Gucci? You bit BallietBran. Love all the free alpha from y'all. Crypto Ewok, what's up, Bran? Heinz Crypto, yep, same thing. Another Hexican, go give him some support. He's doing great work, and I love the new perspectives and the new people that are streaming. It's absolutely amazing. Spike says, what's up, peeps? We got Chris, Jimbo Sticks. How's things? Things are going great, man. Things are absolutely going amazing. It's super exciting. And I tell you what, just like with why Hex was invented, right? Hex was kind of invented to give you your time back, to not be a trader, right? When you're trading or when you have any other addiction, right? You're usually consumed, right? You're consumed with that actual thing itself. Whether, Richard mentions like staring at the screen and you're sleep deprived and the girlfriend's yelling at you and stuff. And so the whole point is, well, what if you could be having something that's like a guarantee, which is trustless yield, and then you could actually go live your life. And so a lot of people ask me like, Bran, what are you doing these days now that you're retired and all these other things? And it's like, dude, just living the life, spending time with family, friends, the girlfriend, improving the health and things like this. And so it's really cool that on a daily basis, I know that, hey, I don't have to trade. I don't have to do any of these things. I'm staked. I have a ladder and I have a plan for, what the future years are subsequently. Finn Bear, how's it going, dude? We got Klaus. Who else we got? Vic Bish, what's up, peeps? Loving life in this crypto world. Yeah, just imagine when MJ Money, awesome shout out. Imagine when PulseChain actually launches, right? That 1,000 flowers bloom. And I do have so I posted a clip right before this. I think it's 4 minutes. So discounting the 20 seconds, it's like 4 minutes and 22 seconds. So maybe I'll kind of play that on like the outro for what Richard has expectations on the actual PulseChain launch itself. So because a lot of people are thinking, and I wasn't too sure necessarily with what was going on, but with the Richard Hart loves puppies type of deal, he had mentioned that, hey, what are the current hangups? There was a whole bunch of things that needed to be checked off the list. And, bridging was one of them. Some of these other things were one of them. And it sounds like it's the sacrifice balance totals that is what Richard wants to, get the most accurate before they, let the 1,000 flowers bloom and let the actual chain launch itself. So we can go over that probably towards the end of the stream, just because it is like a 4 minute and 20 second clip. So I don't want to, we'll just do that towards the end. The vertical stack. What's up, BallietBran? How's it going? Just tell me the day. Yeah, Jim Rat. Sounds good, dude. Yeah, I've been waking up a lot earlier and getting into the health again, like a consistent sleep schedule and some of these other things. So really appreciate you, man. Wick 8. Pulse Goddess. Hey, that's a cool name. Smash the like button. Rusty VR. Hey, how's it going, dude? He says, disappointed at the lack of puppy content earlier, to be honest. Hey, what's up, Donnell? Hey, how's it going, dude? Jay Everything. We got Luke Wild. Yeah, we got Luke. He says, I have some Hex coming off stake this week. Would you hold this liquid to use for PulseX? These are honestly really good questions, right? Because, yeah, what do you do? Do you hold liquid? Do you stake? If you stake, how long do you stake for, etc.? I mean, and I've heard Papa Boner, talking about this a long time ago, maybe even like 6 months ago. So one of the things that you kind of have as someone that's holding liquid Hex is obviously the ability to sell immediately on spot and things like that. But you're also being diluted by the inflation, right? Because you're not receiving any of the inflation like a Bitcoin miner would. The stakers are receiving the inflation. So you kind of have to consider both. I mean, you could hold it. So your stake ends this week. You could end that stake. You could hold it liquid, right? And then, I mean, it's all kind of depending on the amounts, because there's like a certain threshold that I would say, and a certain time threshold that I wouldn't go under per se when it comes to staking Hex, especially on Ethereum eHex. So, I mean, honestly, dude, if it were me, and once again, I don't know all of your, circumstances, but I would probably just hold it liquid. And then once that snap fork happened, and once the actual chain launched, I'd probably just convert it to Hex, right? Which is the Hex on the PulseChain versus, say, just eHex. Because one of the things that Richard had mentioned is that, and I mentioned this in the last stream, but I had a fallacy that, Ethereum 2.0 is going to solve some of these fees, and the fees are going to start going down and things like that. And it's not necessarily true. It's just the consensus that's being changed. So for me, I would definitely be wanting to switch some of that position, no matter what size it was, over to the PulseChain network itself. So that's just me. Completion Fail says, Hola family. What else we got? 1 second. Let me scroll up a smidge. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. We got like 68 people. The title, right? The title of the stream is Will PulseChain ever launch? ? 4 more weeks? ? So obviously PulseChain will launch, but when will it launch, right? Sometime in 2022. And like I was saying with Crypto Stylist, definitely before PulseCon, I would think. Dan Smith says, parping for freedom from the UK. Whoop, whoop. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was definitely muted. Shit. Sorry about that. Hopefully it wasn't on mute for very long. So long story short, all I was saying is that, okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. Thank you, Crypto King, for calling me. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry about that. The point is that definitely plan for the actual PulseChain itself. Don't wait for the snap fork. Don't kind of wait for, yeah, I'm sorry about that, dude. That was totally my bad. Pull to Richard Hart. I had muted on the, okay. Sorry about that. Let's get into some of the other stuff real quick, because sorry about that. That's kind of embarrassing. Let's go over to Richard Hart's Twitter real quick here. And actually, thank you, Crypto King. I didn't realize that you were calling me because I was on mute. Jesus can't save you now, Bran. Okay, so let's go over to Richard's channel. Congratulations to Richard, right? He's over 200,000 followers. Once again, thank you, everyone. I should definitely read the chat a little bit more and scroll down. But once again, shout out to Richard, right? We're seeing that Twitter is one of these social medias that's gaining a whole bunch more adoption, not only for just crypto Twitter, but for news and things like that. And so the point is that, people are starting to finally come over to Richard's channel. I'd like to see the blue check mark, right? That would be really cool to see. But so over 200,000 followers. This was from his stream earlier today. Someone's saying still no sound. I think we're good. I think we're back. Totally my bad on that, guys and gals. I had muted myself for a second and to clear the throat, and we're back. So anyways, thank you everyone in Crypto King. So once again, we'll scroll down. Yeah, Richard's saying, once again, just showing off with the watches and things like that. I thought this was really cool too. So how we roll in SoCal. So we've got, once again, advertising, right? Richard talks that, hey, this is, and let's share the screen a different way. Richard talks about, hey, this is almost like a company or a business where, he's not when we say like, hey, no expectations from the work of others. And yeah, Crypto King, thank you, dude. I didn't realize why you were calling me for like 5 times, but we're good now. Much love. Thank you, everyone that's still listening. That was kind of embarrassing, but whatever. We'll pay more attention. So we're seeing advertisements from the actual community itself, whether it was the NASCAR itself. We had the Lamborghini itself. So Dustin Hawks, he had him. I think it's just him, but he has like a Lamborghini. It's like yellow and black. It's almost like a Hornet color, and it got like 233.4 miles an hour, something like that. We're seeing advertisements all around, right? Hexicans that were going to the Bitcoin conference, and also Hexicans and PulseCons and PulseXicans that are spending their own money to advertise around the world and get the word out. And so how cool is that? If something was not a good deal, wasn't a good product, people sure as heck wouldn't be spending their own money, right, for advertisements. So look at this beautiful van. It's kind of like one of those sprinter vans, one of those work vans. It says deflationary coin, 21% buy and burn, most liquid crypto decentralized exchange. And then we've got PulseX. We've got the little, learn more with the QR code. I think that's beautiful. Let's look at some of these other photos, because honestly, I haven't seen these yet. So this is really cool. Yeah, let's cover some of the comments. Yeah, we are good. Yeah, that really goes to show you how cool this community is. If I can be talking on mute for 5 minutes, and y'all are still here, so much love to everyone. And I know Richard's done that before too for like 20 minutes, so guess I'm not the only one. Chris says, "How nice are those vans?" Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. These vans, I used to work in the masonry industry, delivering products, managing all of them, and yeah, these vans are definitely good work vans. So, and then it looks like on the other side, we've got PulseChain, world's largest airdrop, thousands of free coins. Learn more, pulsechain.com. Let's see what else we got here on the photos. Yep, and then that's the front of the van itself, the Hex, PulseX, and PulseChain, Hexican. Oh, that's cool. I like this, right? So you got the Hex colors with the HE, the PulseX itself, and then the ICANN is the PulseChain color gradient. I love that. And then it looks like this is it on the back, hex.com. High interest time deposit, average 38% APY. Price went up 10,000x. And that's good that they cleared out the plates. What else we got in the chat here? Dan Smith says, the UK posse have themselves two. Yep, you read that right. 2 branded racing Lambos. Yeah, I believe that's under like Hexy Bastard and the other lady, Hexican Girl, something like that. Let's look at some of this other stuff real quick here too. So I know Richard had initially called he had called the price top, right? And a whole bunch of people, when Bitcoin had gone to 60, because Richard called the top of Bitcoin $64,000, and it went up only one day to 69,000. And so, I had retracted at least, one of the statements, and, some of the other people were saying, oh, it's different this time, etc. So Richard's saying 5 days until the 1-year anniversary of Bitcoin price top call, in profit every single day, but one, once again. What if you bought hex.com instead? You would be up 654% instead of down 35%, which is a 19x difference. $1,000 turned into $6,543, 19 times better than losing $346. And once again, Richard is the man with the crystal ball. So that's awesome. What other person? So Richard used to be the premier Bitcoin maxi, right? And then it's awesome that not only is he developing products that you could have had, multiple thousands of times your Bitcoin, but also he's still talking about, certain price calls and certain market trends that he sees. There were some funny photos actually in here that I'd wanted to share just because, the memes are the best. If we go over here to media real quick and just scroll down 1 minute here, we've got this is the this is one of the things in the UK, I believe, the two Lamborghinis. That's pretty cool. And it shows the lap time and things like that. So that's awesome. But yeah, let's scroll down just a smidge bit more, and it's got Richard doing the yeah. So this is what I used for the thumbnail itself. The Pablo, or the guy that's waiting. You know, he's waiting forever. You see those memes all the time in crypto. So Richard had done that as well. Let's get back into the chat now that the audio is not on mute for 5 minutes. Let's see. This person says, "Hi, Bran. Could you please give your opinion on when we will see fiat on ramps on PulseChain?" Well, that's a damn good question, right? Because the PulseChain itself would kind of need to be launched and things like this. The thing that I will say is Richard had mentioned, and he doesn't like to say things unless they're actually solidified and unless they're actually done. But he mentions that the world's largest crypto exchange. Yeah. Tony is saying day one. The world's largest crypto exchange already has like their nodes synced. We had seen, and I need to go back and make a separate video about that, but that Coinbase, I think it was like $30,000 that they had done a sacrifice from 5 of their main wallets, which is pretty cool. But the answer is who knows, right? Does the exchange, the person that's representing the largest exchange, that's telling Richard that it will be kind of done and listed, do they actually hold up on their deal? It kind of looks like it, things like that. But we'll kind of see. I would think soon, because once again, if you can bypass the bridging, if you can bypass the Ethereum network itself, then that's less congestion that the network itself is having, or that it needs to go through. Humberto, and thanks again everyone for being patient. That's so good to know. Humberto says, "Any guess on completion of SAC balances?" So Richard had done a stream today, the puppy stream, and once again, when I end this stream, and it's probably not going to be a super long live stream, right? I know Hexray Vision and I think David Feeder are streaming, and so we'll kind of just cover as much as I can, condense, and then we'll get on to their stream and play the clip that I had posted just 20 minutes before this stream. But I believe Richard said it could take a couple weeks, something like that, etc. Oh yeah, one of his candles is kind of little messed up. That's usually how I like to keep it. DK Hexakin, nice to see you. Completion fails. If I had your number, I would have called you. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Usually I keep the phone on mute, so hopefully I would have seen it. Let's scroll up a little bit and just see here. Yeah, good job, Crypto King. Yeah, Crypto King, that's another Hexakin that part of the Hex Asians crew. And honestly, there's a whole bunch of people in this community that we've talked about that just have like a solid work ethic and that are constantly just being a force for good and leaders. And Crypto King is definitely one of those guys. And it's just awesome to have the community that we do, right? How many people not only talk the talk, but actually walk the walk. You rarely see that in life. And we got Hexakins and Pulsekins and Pulse Hexakins that are just full of that. Dan Smith says, "Can you repeat your thoughts on keeping Hex liquid, ready for bridging over?" Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I probably had myself muted right in between that question. Had to clear my throat. Can you repeat your thoughts on keeping Hex liquid, ready for bridging over and abandoning Ethereum? So yeah, I mean, you could just hold your Hex liquid, right? Your eHex, which is what it would be after the fork. You could hold that liquid, and then once the actual snap fork happened and the chain is live and all of that stuff, the bridging, then yeah, you could bridge that over to the PulseChain network itself. And then, yeah, you could have double the actual, not value, but double the actual coins, concentrated, I guess, on one network, which is going to be the cheaper, faster, more efficient network. Yeah, Thothschild. And it's not thought, it's a Thothschild. So he says, parentheses, "Dare you say thought one more time?" I love that. Talk amongst yourselves. Yep. Appreciate everyone there. Let's go back to, once again, don't want to make this too long of a stream, especially since I was muted for like 5 minutes of that. Let's go over to the PulseCon. So for everyone that's going, or for everyone that's interested, let me get over here. Yeah, so this is the PulseCon itself. It's PulseCon 2022.com, I believe. But you would just click register, and they've got different tiers or different levels, right? Just like with Maddie with the Hex conference, I think that was like $369. And then also for PulseCon, it's a little bit more expensive because the venue itself is more new. Some of the people and guests and things like that they're having. So the only reason that I mentioned this in the first place is that I didn't realize this initially, but I guess it's to kind of, get people to buy the tickets and to, see how many rooms they'll fill up and et cetera, is that we got about like 9 hours. Yeah. So 8 hours and 54 minutes for this early bird special. So I believe you'll get like a 15% discount if you use like Pulsify. But then if you don't, like say if you register tomorrow or after that deadline itself goes, I don't know what they're raising the prices to. I think it's actually 15% more. But yeah, they're gonna drop the actual discount code. I believe that Pulsify I think gets dropped, and then they're gonna raise the prices like I think 15%. So, anyways, if you're going, definitely consider getting a better discount. So, just wanted to share that with everyone. Huddle Dog says smash the like and subscribe to this channel. Yeah, Huddle Dog, he's another great guy, and I tell you what, I'm not one of the people with the fantastic production and with all of those fancy skills, right? With the editing and super nice OBS overlays and stuff. But Huddle Dog, when people, when I onboard people to Hex, yeah, it's usually Crypto Coffee, K4K for like explanations and stuff, and then Huddle Dog as well for showing you step by step how to stake, how to do some of these things in a succinct way that's easy. Like it's so easy a caveman could do it, or explain it to a 5-year-old, so that's really cool to see. PulseChain, then PulseCon. Yeah, it should definitely be launched within 5 months. You would hope. What else do we have? I'm trying to think what else I was going to cover. Honestly, guys and gals, that's pretty much it. I mean, when it comes to the actual PulseX network itself, I know that the single-sided staking for the, you would stake up to 10 million PulseX. I know that has kind of its trial run of like 8 days, I think, has expired. And so K4K had mentioned in his one of his most recent videos that just because 10,000 was the limit on the V2B, the PulseX, like the trial phase, 10,000, there's not going to be a limit according to kind of my understanding from what K4K seems to have mentioned with some of the devs. I don't think there will be that actual limit when mainnet goes live. So if people have millions of PulseX, hundreds of millions, billions, etc., you won't have to create like a whole bunch of different accounts, which is awesome because I know people that have set up hundreds of accounts on the testnet. So that's really cool. I'm excited for all of it, right? Richard just mentions that, hey, the sacrifice balances are pretty much the last thing that they need to do, and kind of just some last minute touching up. So, it's almost better. Like the longer that this gets delayed, the more time people have to continue, accumulating wealth and what's it called? I guess like dry powder, fiat reserves where you can actually buy on day one or, continue developing your strategy. Huddle Dog says, dude, your streams are super quality and great content and information. Yeah, dude. Thanks, man. You too. We got a whole bunch of people and we really have that Spartan of 300. So what else? I think that was it, guys and gals. There's more stuff on the voting itself, the proposals for the PulseX. So definitely go check that out. And then honestly, let me see if I can find. I think it was Hex Revision and David. I don't know if they're live right this second. Yeah, they're live. So let me. Yeah, it's him, Cryptographics, and then some lady who I don't know, Fashion Coder 6. So we'll share that as well. Let me get over here to the share screen. Thank you, everyone. I know we got like 70 people in here. And once again, thank you, everyone. Crypto King called me like 5 times in Telegram to let me know that I had muted the soundboard. I should start muting on StreamYard so it'll tell me that I'm muted. But that really just goes to show you how beautiful and how cool this community really is. We're constantly looking out for each other, and mistakes definitely happen, right? So let's stop the share screen. And then let me actually just copy it so I can share the link. But what I'm going to do on the outro is play a clip that I had made right before the stream. Let me just put 1 second here. Kablam. Let me just put a link there to Hex-Ray Vision, their stream. Feel free to go tune into that whenever you want. I'm just going to play like a 4-minute clip that I did, and then that was pretty much it. Let me just see if there's any last things. Pulse777 says, hey, mate, why do you think it's taking so long? Will it ever launch? Will it ever launch? Yes. Why it's taking so long is no one's really ever done this before, right? So Binance Smart Chain has they've forked the Ethereum network itself, right, to create BSC. But there's a lot of things that they haven't done, and there's a lot of different innovations that Richard and the PulseChain network are doing, right, such as the system state fork, such as the some of the things that have never been done before. Once again, the harvesting of the liquidity, making sure that those things run smoothly, etc. It sounds like this person kind of is wondering what the heck's taking so long, etc. Well, for Hex, it took like a year longer than what we were initially thinking before it actually launched, and because of the security audits, because of the share rate, making sure that it was done correctly, and so it's almost like someone was saying on Craig Wadding's stream yesterday. It's almost like a forced delayed gratification, right? Because so many people thought it was going to be 8 months ago, or et cetera. But that's almost like a good habit to get people into, whether they like it or not, or because definitely not intentional, but unintentionally, I guess it's kind of like a win-win. So it kind of teaches some of those good habits. Yeah, D'Artagnan, hey dude, nice to see you. When $1. I'd say 2022 sometime, right? I know a lot of us were thinking that some of the momentum at the end of 2021. I mean, shit, I was thinking, $1 to $10, et cetera. And it's so possible. And there's just some hindrances, right, with the Ethereum network or with some of these other things that kind of, not that it's all Ethereum's fault, because it's not, but there's just certain things that'll make that price and the price explosion happen more quickly. And so, I'm happy that they're implementing and developing all of that stuff right now. Richard had mentioned once PulseChain itself is actually developed, once the mainnet goes live, you pretty much have complete full vertical integration. But you have vertical integration in a decentralized fashion and manner. And so he's got people that are working on a wallet, right? So if you're a Solidity developer, t.me/rapid prototripe, RAPID, PROTOTRIPE, which is Dev Kyle. Message him kind of your resume if you're a Solidity developer, and they're definitely taking applications for the wallet itself. But let me come back over here to the clip that I had made. Give me 1 second here, and honestly, we're gonna do this as the outro. So we'll play the clip, and then once that clip ends, I'll do the actual Nagabo outro. But let's just see. I think it's this one. Okay. So yeah, this is the clip that I had done. It's like we'll just skip the 10 seconds here. Actually, we'll do 5 seconds in, and we'll full screen it. So thank you, guys and gals. Once again, I appreciate all of you. Appreciate Crypto King letting me know that I was on mute for the soundboard for 5 minutes, and much love. It's a long journey, right? For people that think that you're going to be wealthy overnight or become a millionaire overnight, things like that. Even if that was the case, it wouldn't be sustainable. And so it's just cool to see that we're on Team Win together, and we're really making a lot of positive differences and changes, not only in the cryptocurrency space for sovereignty, right? When you've got governments that are talking about central bank digital currencies and being able to freeze your account if you have a different political opinion, or almost like a George Orwell 1984 type of dystopic society, well, cryptography and things like Hex and what Richard Hart is doing seem to be like that shining city on a hill and in a world of darkness. And that's really awesome to see. And then the last thing too is the medical, the medical longevity and charities and things like that Richard's talked about. He had mentioned, I think, startup accelerators and certain things like this that he still plans to do after PulseChain and other things on the roadmap. So much love, everyone. We're gonna play the outro after this 4 minute and like 20-second clip.
We're so close, man. If the SAC totals were done now, Like I could just set a date, but like until those stupid sacrifice totals are finished, as soon as the sac totals are done, man, we're so close because the bridge works great. And it's got
So when the sac totals are done, what's how much time after that? You don't just give me an estimate.
I'm trying. You want me to think about it? Give me a second.
I'll get it out of them, guys.
If we've got the event reporting and the node fixed, which I think that'll get fixed before sac totals is done, which is funny. And I think even if that event reporting was wrong, you could still go to mainnet anyway without it. Just people will be missing a little bit of data that you could fix later. I mean, I got to talk to him more about that, exactly how mission critical that particular report is. I mean, look, man, once sac totals are like done and published, it feels like 2 weeks.
2 weeks after sac totals?
I mean, I'd like to be done in 4 weeks. Like I'd like mainnet to be in 4 weeks, but every time estimate I've ever given has been wrong. And I've been telling you they would be wrong ahead of time because I know how this goes. No one would have ever expected sac totals would take this long. That's supposed to be the easiest part. Like measure how much people sacrifice. That should be the easiest thing. And then you're like, wow, oddly enough, it's not. That sucks. But then the super hard stuff, like bridge, it's like it's been done forever. You're like, so a lot of times the easy stuff ends up being hard. Hard stuff ends up being easy. I mean, we're so close, man. And you can tell because the test net works. Like you can go use it. It's been working for a long time now. It's just that like you could even if we had consensus bugs, you could fix those and patch those. But like you can't rewrite the totals. That you can't do. So we have to get the sacrifice totals right up front. And consensus bugs for the network's been running too long. We're not likely to have anything like that. Yeah, so I mean 2 weeks after the sac total seems fine. But it would just, the only two other things are like really just that event thing and then like DevOps, just making sure that everything is robust because you're going to get a lot of load. Like world's largest airdrop,
it's going to be crazy.
Get a lot of load. You're going to get loaded up. So the people that are running servers have to be ready for like redundancy, But like even if there was downtime, as long as the downtime is just a pause, no one really cares. So like in crypto, when you have a downtime, when is that most harmful? If people are leveraged up and they're going to get liquidated now unfairly because they can't add margin, they can't add collateral. That's not fair, but we're not going to have any margin trading off the bat. So it doesn't really matter. And then if people's balances like got miswritten or overwritten, that would be pretty tragic, but that's never even happened. Like that would like an EVM chains. I don't think that's ever happened. You could say like an Eclipse attack happened on Verge that like rolled back 6 months of transactions or something. That would be like a huge rewrite problem. But then you could fork before that block anyway and keep the old state. Like I'm just going through like a parade of imaginary horribles. I don't think any of that crap's going to happen. I think we're going to have our fork and I think everything's going to run fine. But I'm not going to be sitting in a launch party just in case. I'm not going to be like, oh, I got to reboot some crap. Oh man, gonna have to leave the party. Gotta see you guys. There's a million things you could do on Pulse testnet right now, and you should be doing them because look, man, one day I'm going to be doing this live stream, and it's going to be we're live, and you're going to be like, oh crap, now I have to learn everything. Learn it now, man, because we are close, dude. We are really, really, really close. Measuring the amount that people sacrificed is like the only real kind of hang up. And
be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Stake that, stake that, stake that, stake that. jackpot. We still jackpot, bitch!
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran. It's fabulous.